Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday to you. It is Friday, March 8th, 2024. I hope you are doing well today. And if you're not, you need a little joy in your life. So without further ado, it's time for Project Joy Live. Let's do it. Good Friday morning, everybody. It is Friday, March 8th. 2024 International Women's Day today. To all the ladies out there, woo woo. I we're gonna do a little shout out here coming up on the show. We've got an incredible guest today who you all know. I love her like I love powdered donuts, which we'll get into as well. And I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. I almost forgot who I was for a moment there. I was in Donut Land, which is pure joy. Um, I'm Jessica Dugas. I'm the host of Project Joy Live, the creator of the Breakthrough Show Network and the Breakfast Club. Just what I wanted to say. I'm done today, you guys. Man, it has been a long it's been a long 2024. Anybody else? Anyone. We got to get into what's going to happen on the show today. You are watching Project Joy Live, so let me tell you what's going to happen on the show today for the morning brew. Here we go. Are you still yawning, stretching, doing yoga? You got your coffee? I have my tea still this morning. I have a plain mug today. This is what happens when my usual child that brings me tea and coffee in the morning is not bringing me tea and coffee. She brought me the mug without the sweater on it. This mug actually has a sweater that goes on it and it says sweater weather, but it apparently is not sweater weather. It's just a plain mug, but that's okay. It's a little gray. But you know what? There's a message in this. Even when we're a little gray, even when we don't have our fanciest clothes on, we can still get the job done. Amen. All right. We can still get the job done. It holds the tea really well. My tea tag this morning says the only thing that can limit you is believing that you are limited. Ooh, oh, that's a good one today. Become limitless. Here's to becoming limitless today, everybody. So we're gonna celebrate today. We're gonna talk about what's happening in celebration today. I've got a little video to share with you. And then my bestie boo, Ms. Brittany Floyd from Sacred and Secrets is here. Yay! This morning. We're going to be talking about joy being your canvas, and joy that can be found in creativity. And how do we tap into that creativity when maybe the joy is we're having difficulty tapping into that? Or how can we find the joy maybe when we're struggling finding the creativity? So all that and more coming up when Miss Brittany joins the show. After commercial break, we've got a very special social joy spotlight today as we talk about some new music that has come out. I'm so excited, you guys. I'm so excited for a couple, 2, 3 reasons, but it's even more special when it's someone you know that comes out with new music. So I'm excited to talk about that coming up later on in the show as well. And then, of course, we have some greatness, some events happening on the Breakthrough Show Network this afternoon and leading into this evening that you are not going to want to miss. You're going to spend the whole day with us here in the Breakthrough Show Network community, and I'm here for it. Are you here for it? I hope so. With that, let's get into celebrating today. Here we go. There's always a reason to celebrate. And one of those reasons is the fact that it is National Oregon Day. For those of you who may live in Oregon, you're probably still sleeping if we're if we're being honest. 9 8. It's 6 a.m. in Oregon. So good morning to you. I hope you're waking up and doing well, and happy Oregon Day to you. It's National Proofreading Day today. Remember, we had the Grammar Day a couple days ago. Well, you can have better grammar if you do a little proofreading. Do you proofread things? Do you think things through? Do you check over the spelling, the grammar before you put it out there? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, but I am a quick one to use that edit button for sure. It's also National Peanut Cluster Day. Do you like peanut clusters, peanuts enrobed in chocolate? I say anything enrobed in chocolate is a great day. Do you agree with me? Let me know. So it's National Peanut Cluster today. And of course, most importantly, it is International Women's Day. Yes. Where are my ladies at this morning? If you are joining us live or on the replay, I would love for you to say hey in the comments if you're a lady, so we can say happy International Women's Day to you. One of my favorite women on the planet that I've talked about numerous times on the Breakthrough Show Network was Dorothy Auger, who wrote the For Love poem. And fun fact, when we started recording versions of her For Love poem, the one of the first videos that we put together as a compilation was for International Women's Day. And so I want to share that video that we did together now with you, which features so many of the original women that came together to record their version of the For Love poem, saying, "We shall stand for love" in their respective language. So, in honor of International Women's Day and all the women out there, this is for you.
I shall stand for love.
Любовь моя крепость.
Aku akan berdiri demi cinta.
I shall stand for love.
Crederò ancora nell'amore.
Álljunk ki a szeretetért.
I shall stand for love.
Vull ser un símbol d'amor.
Je choisis l'amour.
I shall stand for love.
Ben aşkı seçiyorum.
Je choisis l'amour.
I shall stand for love.
Ben aşkı seçiyorum.
سأقف من أجل الحب.
I shall stand for love.
Für die Liebe stehe ich ein.
Crederò ancora nell'amore.
I shall stand for love.
A szeretet az én várom.
Escogeré el amor.
I shall stand for love.
Man bär sär عشق خواهم ماند.
Mitt budskap är kärleken.
I shall stand for love.
Estoy a favor de l'amour.
L'amour est mon bastion.
私は愛のために立つ。
أقف من أجل الحب.
Je choisis l'amour.
I shall stand for love.
I remember when we put that together, and I presented it to Dorothy. I think we were both equally moved about the amount of backgrounds and different types of women and skin colors and nationalities and religions and all of that were represented in just that brief video. That video was 59 seconds, less than a minute, how much was represented there. And I will never forget that moment sharing that with Dorothy. And so I dedicate that moment, that video, to all the women around the world today on this International Women's Day. One of my favorite women on planet Earth is, of course, the incredible Brittany Floyd. She's an intuitive Reiki artist extraordinaire. She does all the things, and she just creates a vibe that is fun, and it's real, and it's loving, and that's, to me, what being a woman is all about. So without further ado, let's get Brittany Floyd back on the show. Here we go.
It's Brittany, bitch.
She's here, and that'll never get old.
That will never get old. It won't.
Good morning, my friend. How are you today?
I'm well. I'm hanging in there. I got some pain a little bit, to be honest, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
But I'm still finding joy in this moment, being here with you and getting to share these wonderful experiences with you.
Yeah, I agree. And it's not about perfection. Being there with each other is not about perfection. I want to quote this morning. This is a shout out to Karen Ramsey Smith, who I've been connected for a really long time with her on social media, and I recently interviewed her for the Friendship Paradox, and it was the first time, like, we had talked years ago, but then kind of just like we just followed each other, and you know how it be. social media. But she shared this morning. She said, uh insert quote about strong, unstoppable women here. I love seeing all the amazing posts on my feed about women and how we are the rocks of this world. But today and every day, let's not pretend we are strong and filled with smiles all the time. Let's acknowledge the pain we go through as women, the deep hurt, sadness, and suffering we have all endured that make us the beautiful beings we are today. Today and every day, let's remember that we women are gifted with the ability to transform our pain through grace and still love fiercely despite the adversities we've faced in our lives. Let's smile and be proud and celebrate ourselves, but let's remember each one of us has walked through the fire to get here.
That was powerful and beautiful.
Yeah. It's important to remember. And I think, yes, we're celebrating women today, but for human beings in general, for us to try to somehow smooth over the fact that we've gone through some stuff,
Yeah.
and to not be afraid to show that. Not be afraid to show that. I know you love Love is Blind like I do. Did you finally watch that episode?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Speaking of women and strong women and that message, for those of you, this is spoiler alert. If you have not watched the final episode, not the reunion, but the marriage episode of Love is Blind, spoiler alert, just go back and come back later. The AD Clay situation. Okay. And how she really broke down, and she cried and she shared, sometimes I feel like I am not enough. And there were people on Instagram that tore her apart for that, saying, don't let other little girls see you cry like that. And I was like, sometimes we need to see each other in that deep, low, vulnerable place and then watch each other pick ourselves up from it.
Yeah. And
What's
that,
your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you in regards to it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be transparent. And sometimes, I struggle with that a little bit because I've had situations that it's backfired in my face or they've thrown it in my face somehow. And I am a little bit hesitant, but with the right, with the right people, I do open up with no problems.
Yeah.
I'm just very protective in that manner. But I think if more people spoke up about it and which you do see, and it's becoming a thing that it's okay to be human. It's okay to experience these things, and it's okay to pick yourself back up.
Yeah, absolutely. Michael McDonald's joining us this morning. Good morning and happy Friday to you. Also, Jay is joining us. There she is.
Hey.
Good to see you guys here today. Let us know if there's any special women you are honoring today for International Women's Day down in the comments. But let's get into our juicy topic of today, which is joy is your canvas. And for me, like joy and creativity, joy and the arts, those are things that have always gone hand in hand together for me. How about you?
Yeah. I mean, other than the, you experience other things when you're being creative. That's not to say, but definitely joy is the biggest one.
Yeah, there's definitely other things. Especially if you're working on something and you're really passionate about it and you're the perfectionist. Like I know you and I can be a little bit
too much.
And we want it to be right. But I have to, for me, I have to be careful of not falling too far into that perfectionism because it can be a joy sucker. Like it can take the joy out of it if you get too far into it. What do you do to sort of combat not going too far over the edge?
I talk to myself. I talk to myself. That's the best way for me to be able to process how I'm feeling. And sometimes I have to step away. I have to step away from the project. And that doesn't mean that I'm not going to come back to it. But,
Mm.
sometimes I can't it's hard for me to get out of that frustration or perfectionism. And then I just set it aside. And then when it hits, it hits. And then I go right back to it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, it can be one thing to be like in the middle of a project and you're not really feeling it and you have to kind of bring yourself back. But when you know that you want to spend time being creative and you want to get into painting or any of the other amazing art things that you do, if you're not feeling it, do you just not if you're not feeling joyful in that moment, do you just not get into being creative? Like, what if you have a deadline? What if you have things that you feel like, yes, it's your creative thing, but you also have like you have have tos that need to get done. Like, how do you get yourself into that space of joy, or do you just not and let it come when it comes?
It just depends. Sometimes I just let it come when it comes, and then other times mindfulness really comes into play. I Going out in nature really seems to really spark that creativity in me, and I'm just so happen to be surrounded by beautiful mountains and hills and and all of beautiful nature surrounding me, even in my backyard. So that really seems to help spark up that joy and creativity. And sometimes you just gotta get in there, and then once you get in there, you'll find the joy.
Yes, yes, because I mean, look, I think for you and I, like things like any of the crafting that we do, which, between you and I both, we could probably have like a dictionary full of different crafts and things like that. But for that, like if the thing that you're doing does bring you joy, sometimes just getting into it will bring that out. Well, and then you'll be more inspired to move on. Like, even when it comes to things like, oh my gosh, here we go. When it comes to things like I hate like household chores. I don't know a whole lot of people, to be honest with you, that like household chores. Those are not my people. But even with that, like sometimes when you get into it, like you're cleaning up, you're organizing a space, and then you're like, oh, this does look a little nicer, and it can help motivate you to keep going in that same way of like pick up that paintbrush, pick up the crochet hook, pick up that pencil and paper, and then you'll just start something. Maybe even if it's not even like what you're supposed to be working on, but start something that makes you feel good, and then you'll get that momentum.
Yeah, yeah, that joy and creativity sparks again. When you
Yeah.
find like I find myself sometimes when I'm not in the mood to paint, or like I'm not really feeling it, and I'll find another way to be creative. I think just trying a different approach, and I think that's where nails and canvases and all of that came into play, because you never know. Be limitless, because you never know what you're capable of.
Yep. See how that T tag just circled its
Yeah.
right back up. I love it. Well, let's talk about for a minute. I know one of the things that helps me in sparking my creativity a little bit and the joy and creativity is surrounding myself with other creative people. Is that something that helps you? And talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, even like I'll scroll through if I'm like don't know what I want to paint, or I don't know, like I'm feeling creative, but I don't know which direction I want to take it in, because my brain goes a million. I do find myself inspired by others, other artwork, other people, and like you, I'm always talking to you, so that helps. We're always going down the rabbit hole.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's helpful to surround yourself with people who are like that. And one of the things that we've been doing, and good morning, Rhonda. Happy
Mhm.
International Women's Day to you, my friend. One of the things that you've been doing is hosting craft circles within the Breakthrough Show Network community. And I love this because it's like it reminds me of those old little sewing circles where the ladies would get together and they, gossip for an hour and get their sewing on. But for me, like it was about it's about more than that. It's about like being intentional about surrounding yourself with other people who are also have the intention to be creative and joyful in their creativity, and you can be inspired by each other in that space.
Yeah, yeah. I absolutely love the craft circle, and I'm so glad that we had started it. Um, Big hugs and love to you too. And it does help. I've even struggled sometimes. Like, does this look right? And then I've even asked in the craft circle, is it how does it look? And having that those compliments come in are like, yes, yes, it fuels you. It fuels your energy, and it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, this does look good.
Yeah, it does. It does. And I think even it's a great space for people, you can obviously grab whatever crafts you're doing and come and attend, but it's also like if you need inspiration on like, something creative that you can do or you just want to be inspired. Sometimes that being in the presence of people that are crafting or being creative can help you to like get in a better headspace.
Yeah, yeah. It definitely helps me. I have so much fun, and the fact that my kids are not, like, joining in. Like
Yeah.
the first one we had, Messiah had joined. Messiah had joined in, and he painted his picture. And the next time Naomi come and make bracelets, and now she's not. She hasn't stopped making bracelets. So
Yep.
it's great to see kids being creative and everything in this.
Yeah. It's really a safe space for anybody that wants to come. If your kid, you want to bring your kids along with you. You want to, I think somebody had a cat. Somebody had was it a cat? Somebody, I don't know. Somebody had an animal at one time. Bring whoever that you want to bring, and it's happening. The next one is happening tonight, actually. And we changed it from 1 hour to 2 hours because last time I don't. How long did everybody end up staying
So the fir
at the
the
last
first
one?
time, yeah, the first time, I think we ended up staying on there for like 5 hours.
Oh my God.
It was long.
And I want to be clear that that's not like a requirement. You don't even have to
No.
come and stay like the whole time. It just everybody was so into the crafts that they were doing. In fact, I even left and had work to do and then came back. Like, um, but it felt so good to be in that space where everybody was being creative together and so it's an amazing place to be. Tonight it's happening from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern time. And I'm gonna put the link down in the comments for you guys. It's a virtual community. It's open 24/7, but it is from 7 to 9 tonight. But you can go early and like click on the link and check it out and make sure that you can log in and everything. And then Brittany's really good at reminding us to like get up and stretch, maybe blink. Blink a
Now
little
if I
bit.
could now if I could just remind myself outside of the craft circle to get up and stretch.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good
Yeah.
thing. But you can go check it out. You can also just go to the breakthroughshownetwork.club at any time, and it'll take you into our lobby where you can find the events tab at the top of the page, and you can see all of our events, including the craft circles. When is the next one? Let me pull tonight from 7 to 9, and then Tuesday, March 19th from 2 to 4. That's an afternoon
Yeah.
one, 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern time. That'll be at after lunch craft circle for those of you that are like nighttime is not I may nod off a little bit
It's okay. It's okay.
during tonight, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. And so what are you gonna be working on during your craft circle tonight?
I don't know. maybe some nail. I don't know. Painting. I don't know. I haven't figured. I don't know if I want to work on the one painting I've been working on, or do some nails. I don't know.
Yeah.
Haven't figured it out yet.
We'll find out. I'm gonna be continuing working on my little koala bears that I've been working on, my little crochet koala bears. And you know, I enjoy this because with everything else going on in my life right now, I have not made a lot of intentional time to be like sit down and take some time and just relax and craft something. And so this is making me do that now because it's on my calendar. It's a good thing.
Well, I think it's great for people who are also introverted like me and hardly ever leave their house, but you want to connect and you want to have meaningful connections, and I feel like this is a great opportunity to do so.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back. You going to hang out for Joy and all that stuff at the end?
Of course.
Yes. All right. So we're going to take a quick break and come right back. We got Social Joy Spotlight, we got birthdays, and what's coming up later on the network. See you in a minute.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. I'm here today with the incredible Brittany Floyd from Sacred Yin Secrets. We've been talking about joy and creativity today, and one of my favorite things to be creative in is with music, and it always has been something that's really special to me. And there was some great music that came out this past weekend. First of all, New Kids on the Block, who are now the new men on the block. I feel like we can't even say, but they came out with a new song called Kids, which is great. And it basically talks about how, yes, they're grown at this point, but it's like they're still kids at heart and having fun and loving what they do. And it's such a great message in that song to like, just let yourself be free and do the things that you love to do. So shout out to New Kids on the Block for that amazing new song. Love it. Love the video. Love it. Love all of you since I was like 8 years old. So thanks so much for the music. Also, I won't talk about my Joey doll that I had. Okay. Also, somebody else in the world of music who is a very dear friend of mine, my Kenyan sister, Olivia Ambani, came out with new music today, and I want to show you guys. So here. In our Social Joy Spotlight today, the incredible Olivia Ambani. She has a new song, Spirit, you guys, that you are gonna let me and Brittany are gonna take a minute and we're gonna pretend like we're in the club. And we're gonna have a moment because this song is so good. She has had some amazing dance hits lately, and we gotta check this out. Here we go.
Speaking to all the doubts in me, I no longer believe your views. Let my spirit now take the lead. Help me rise. I'm not better follow. I'm not better follow. I'm not better follow.
What? So good. So good, Olivia. Oh my gosh. Here's some lyric for you. Help me lose all my fear, dear mind. Let me see who I'm meant to be. Done with having my dreams denied. Help me out, help me rise. New song, Spirit.
Bars, Olivia.
Yes. Yes.
And
And
that beat is amazing that it goes with it, definitely.
yes. And speaking of which, that was a collab between Silva. I think that's how we say it. Silva. So listen, you can find Silva SILVVA_OFC on Instagram. And then Olivia is of course Olivia_Bonnie. I'm gonna share my screen really quickly here so you can see both of their names because I want to make sure y'all see this. But you can follow both of them and check out I mean Olivia, anything she puts vocals on is gold. Like it's so good. And I was just talking about her this morning because Tawana Yvette, who was on the premiere of season 7 of the Breakthrough Show, she started a little playlist in the group that she runs on Facebook, and she said, what are those songs that you go to when you're really just you're struggling to come up, like you're really struggling to find air? And I was like, Olivia and Bonnie's whole The Awakening album is just it's it for me.
Better Than Just Fine had gotten me through some extremely rough times.
Yes.
Yeah, she is amazing.
Yes. So this is a big shout out. Of course, we want to shout out to Silva for that incredible beat. And I mean, I've never felt so good about like I'm having a whole thing over here. It's so good. So good. Shout out to Silva and of course Olivia Bonnie. Man, this is a good one. It's a good one. So that's our social joy spotlight for today. And with that, another thing that we celebrate around here is, of course, the birthdays. Here we go.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy. Do you have anybody that has a birthday today? Oh, how was your son's birthday?
It was really good. So his dad is from Atlanta and he drives trucks. So like he doesn't get to see him very often. And he had originally was supposed to come up here, but it didn't happen. But he ended up getting a load to go to Maryland. So I ended up surprising Xavier for his dad. So I told him that he had to get an Uber and go to Walmart to get his surprise. And he's like texting me like, what am I supposed to do when I get there? And I'm like, go to the electronics. And then there he found his dad. So they had a really it was
Stop. Oh my gosh, that is so amazing. It reminds me because my parents got divorced when I was 4 months old. So I didn't get to see my dad a whole lot. He was out to sea in the Navy. And my mom worked the latchkey program at the school for some time. And I used to go down there after school and like help out, aka cause problems. And, so I love to go to the music room though and help out my choir teacher and all of that. And they were like, go in there, we have stuff for you to do. And I'm like, okay. And I walk in there and my dad was there. And it took me back to that moment for a minute there, that story. I'm so excited for him. That's so great.
That was great. And they had dinner and then he came home. And then, like I feel like was a great birthday gift. And of course he got a new bed and everything for what he wanted.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, happy birthday again. I hope he had an amazing day. and enjoyed his time with his dad and stuff too. And in the world of birthdays today, we have a couple celebrities here who have birthdays. Gonna take us back. We're gearing up. It's almost time for our 90s nostalgia week, you guys, here on Project Joy Live. I can't believe that I should have some kind of countdown or something. In just over, let's see, in just under 2 weeks, I'm gonna be at 90s Con, you guys. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Freddie Prinze Jr., 48 years old today. You guys might remember him in Jesus, all the things. Scooby Doo, She's All That. I'm brain lapsing here, but a lot. 48 years old today. James Vanderbeek, Varsity Blues, Dawson's Creek. And you guys heard me gush about him when I was talking about going to 90s Con because he's going to be there. And I think I'm going to make it a point. I think I'm going to make it a point to go over there. 47 years old today. Happy birthday, James Vanderbeek. Kat Von D in the world of tattoos. 42 years old today. I also love, if you guys don't know, she has a vegan makeup line that's amazing. Love her makeup. Happy birthday, Kat Von D. And then in the celebrities in my life, Rachel Arzamarski Deegan has a birthday today. Joseph Harvey Jr. My Uncle Vance has a birthday today. Happy birthday, Uncle Vance. And then yesterday, Jimmy Meatballs. Jimmy Meatballs had a birthday. Happy birthday, Jimmy. So all of that being said, it's time to get our birthday song on. Are you ready, Miss Brittany?
Yeah, let's go.
Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Freddie Prinze Jr., James Vanderbeek, Kat Von D, Rachel Artsmartsky, Deegan, Joseph Harvey Jr., Vance Sudano, and Jimmy Meatballs. Happy birthday to you. That little birthday song there is a whole bop. I'm
always jamming.
I might be tired by the end of the show, but I'm still over here flopping to the show. Let's talk about what's happening later on this afternoon on the Breakthrough Show Network. So, always love Dr. Dre helping us out with a little segment there. So coming up after this program, we got to hurry up because we got check-in soon. 9:55 a.m. Eastern time. We have check-in for our Pomodoro co-working session. If you've never been before, all you need is you and your to-do list, boys and girls, you and your to-do list. Check in at 9:55. We start at 10 and we have 4 25-minute work session segments where you can really buckle down, get stuff done, be held accountable for the things you say you want to do, but also celebrate when you get those things done. So join us at 9:55 a.m. Eastern time. Go to the breakthroughshownetwork.club and you can find your way there. Also, this afternoon, 1 p.m. Eastern time, Christy Mattoon is joining me on the Breakthrough Show. This is going to be an incredible episode you don't want to miss. Christy was a guest a couple seasons ago, and since she was on the show, she had a near-death experience. You are not going to want to miss everything, all of the breakthroughs she's been experiencing in this serious time of transformation for her. So tune in 1 p.m. Eastern time here on the Breakthrough Show Network. And then coming up tonight, we have that craft circle, 7 to 9 p.m. with Miss Brittany. Yay! Yay. Join us. Go to the breakthroughshownetwork.club or you can find the link in the comments wherever you're watching this video and go check out our little virtual art studio and join us for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, and every Saturday morning, we have our Soul Saturday Morning Coffee, which Brittany joins us for a lot. What do you enjoy about Soul Saturday Morning Coffee, Brittany?
I think you always come with guns a-blazing, flaring with these fiery, hot questions that really make you think. And
Yeah.
I love that. I love that about you. You really make me think.
I listen, I make in a good way. Can we just clarify? It's in a good way because I feel like I make some people think in a way that I don't want to admit. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Yeah, we listen. It's a great. The Soul Saturday Morning Coffee is every Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. It's open to absolutely everybody in our virtual community, and we do take time to. It's a great place to make connections, meet new people, but it's also we always do go down the rabbit hole for a minute with a soul stirring question, and then at the end we love to celebrate each other, check in, celebrate each other's accomplishments, and have the opportunity, if you are an entrepreneur or you just have something you want to celebrate for the coming week, you can talk about that at the end of our coffee time together as well. So join us for that. And then, of course, we have an all new episode of Spirit Sessions coming up on Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And that'll close out the weekend. And then we do it all again next week. Yes, it's great.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it too, girl. Yes. Thank you so much for joining me, my friend, on the show. It's always good to have my bestie joining me on air and live.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure being here.
I love it. I love it. Listen, guys, join us tonight for Craft Circle, and you can come hang out with me and Brittany 7 p.m. tonight. For now, I'm gonna let y'all go. Join us for co-working here coming up in about 15 minutes or so. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. This is my fabulous co-host on the screen today, Miss Brittany Floyd, and we want to remind you to make every day a great day for a breakthrough, and make joy a priority, because that's super, super, super important. And we'll see you guys next time on another episode of Project Joy Live. See you soon. Bye, everybody.